just a quick question. Have you given yourself permission to be happy? Like deliriously happy, just enjoying your life, enjoying your day, enjoying your relationships, happy in your marriage or dating relationship, your sister circle, your brotherhood. Do you have a support structure around you of people that you enjoy being around them because they pour into your life and you equally pour into their life? There's an exchange of value. Have you decided on that yet? Maybe it's your work. Do you enjoy your work? Or is work just one of those things that pays the bills? Is there a way to look at that differently? Or is it perhaps time for you to now consider starting your own business, starting a part-time hustle, if you like to? I don't like calling it hustle because hustle, I don't know, in my mind, when you talk about hustle, I'm thinking about the fox trying to scrounge for food. And I've seen foxes here in London, and sometimes they're just like, but anyway, maybe it's time for you to consider starting your own business. Maybe you are in this place, you feel miserable, you're not happy, and you're like, what can I be doing now? Because you see, it also takes being self-aware, understanding what makes you happy. What activities make you happy? What are those things that you do day to day that just make you feel like, oh, I'm in my zone? This is Coach Meg. I want you to think about this. You must do more of those things. And I'm not talking about things that make other people miserable or you have to win at all costs. You have to have the last say where you're hurting somebody else. No. I mean just by yourself, like a workshop, like going driving, like going window shopping. It doesn't even have to be expensive. Or like you leave the car in the garage and you get on the bus because you want to explore the city. Like London, one of the things I like about London, I don't always like to go on the underground, on the tube, because when you go on the tube, it's like you can't really see anything, But if you take the bus, you can actually see more of the city when you're on the bus. Because even driving, sometimes some places where you want to park, they're either too crowded or it's too far from where you want to go. So you almost have to intentionally plan your day out. Think about it like that. Are you giving yourself permission to be happy in every area in your life? You see, there is something about contentment that makes you an amazing person. When you are content with your life, where you understand your plan, what you're working on, that it will help you accomplish your goals, there's no reason why you can't be happy. On my own journey, I found one of the things that have helped me to become more confident, to believe in myself, to restore my self-esteem, I started making some changes. Like in my career, I worked in healthcare for many years as a registered nurse. And I remember working in the intensive care department. That moment it's like I'm there even right now, as I'm talking about it. As I was working in this intensive care department, it was all nice and quiet. All you could hear was the sound of the ventilators or life support machines beeping in the background, making a gentle, quiet noise. It was probably about midnight or 01 in the morning or 02. I can't quite remember the time. But I remember at that time challenging myself. Is this it? Is this all I want to do? Is this all I want to accomplish? Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed my healthcare career. It was organized chaos, especially in the intensive care department or critical care department. I'm not such a fan of organized chaos now. As I do life, I prefer harmony, ebb and flow. But I remember on that particular night, just writing down like a note to myself, there has to be more than this. I felt like I was playing safe. You may watch this and you've met me before, maybe we even worked together, I don't know. But I remember feeling like I'm playing it safe, like I'm just like on the edge, but I knew there was something more and I didn't know how to get out of that. Because as much as I had the skill to be an amazing registered nurse, quite attentive to my patients, working well with the team, sometimes even doing more than what was expected of me. I was that kind of person. But I knew that I could do more, I can accomplish more, and become more. So looking back on my journey, even that time, I realized I had to make a decision. It wasn't up to the NHS to make a decision for me. It wasn't up to my colleagues to make a decision for me. It wasn't up to my family to make a decision for me. Because you see, you have to be careful of this permission-based lifestyle. Permission-based lifestyle, where you're waiting for somebody to find you, like a talent agent to scout you out, like you're the bomb, you're the bee's knee, you're the best. Nobody's got to look like you. What if nobody sees you because they're in a part of the world that you're not at the time? Yes, you can say when the time is right, the right person will find me. But you know what? We're living in a time where you can create your own platform, your own messaging. People who are looking for somebody like you, they can find you on social media. They can find you on Instagram doing your thing. They can find you on TikTok. They can find you on Facebook. They can find you on Twitter, or X as it is now. They can find you on WordPress, on your blog. Whatever your skills and talents are, somebody can find you. And if you think as a business person, your part is also to promote your personal brand intentionally. Can you see where I'm going here? One of the things that make us happy, like you feel fulfilled, you're not feeling lost, where you're not feeling like purposeless. Like, what am I even doing here? That low energy vibe, that low energy feeling, that even in relationships, you don't show up as the best version of you. Where am I getting at? In my coaching, one of the things that I do is to help you rediscover who you are, to support you on unraveling after all the things that you've experienced. You've still got that inner child that wants to play, go free, do life, enjoy life, a sense of adventure, explore things, go horse riding, go bungee jumping, go ski diving, go whatever it is. Learn to fly an aeroplane, go back to school, get another degree, or start dating a different kind of person. Stop dating the same person with a different name. All of us still have that child in us, no matter what we go through and experience. And you have to intentionally decide, what is my personal brand now? Who am I now? Who do I want to be? What do I want to start enjoying? What do I want to start doing? No one enjoys working in a place where you are being disrespected. In a place where you're being dismissed, where your insight doesn't matter. What does that do to you? Think about it this way. When your zone of genius is dismissed, what does that do to you? You will start thinking, oh, maybe I'm not that smart. No, wait a minute. You're in a small fish tank. You cannot believe that you're not smart enough. You're probably in the wrong place this time in your life. Maybe everything that you needed to learn up until this point, you have learned those things. And now it's time to explore your zone of genius. What you enjoy doing, what makes you come alive. Yes? So imagine this, if you continue in that kind of place, you are conditioning yourself to accept you're not smart enough, you're not clever enough, you don't fit in. But that's only a small part of the world. That's only one industry. There's so many other industries that you can cross over into with the skill set you've learned and used and applied in your current job. Because remember this, just because you have 20 years experience in a certain field doesn't mean you become a master. You may just be somebody who's very good at what you do, repeated over several years. I'm talking about this because our work, it contributes to such a huge part of our lives. I mean, think about it this way. Have you ever, whatever work you do, maybe it's in corporate, big office, you feel like you don't fit in? Have you ever felt like that? Like, I don't fit in here. Have you tried to fit in, perhaps? You know that feeling like you have to pretend, it's an after-work party or event, and you can feel it like, what am I even doing here? So what some people do is they start self-medicating because it's so miserable in the workplace where you are. But does it always have to be that way? You see, Henry Ford said, if you think you can or you can't, you are right. I say, the person you accept as the person you are determines the choices you make. So you have to look at what you are accepting in your life. You are conditioning yourself to be that person, but you can become more. I had to become more. I decided pushing myself a little bit more. I started doing agency work and I was making more money, so that was good. Because agency gave me that opportunity to just, experience different departments, different hospitals, different cities. I would travel. That's something I really enjoyed. But one thing I also noticed was I would take a break every now and again just to retreat and just like chill, just re-energize, recoup, and then I'd go for it again. What if I told you you have permission to rebuild your life on your terms now, build your personal brand, and become the person you've always wanted to be? Discovering your purpose, discovering what you were created for. Because you decide now to do different things, explore, challenge yourself, wake up at a different time in the day, not always waking up at a time that doesn't even feel right for you. Imagine spending quality time with your children. Because some of you haven't really spent quality time with your children yet. They don't even know you yet. Imagine being able to fully pay attention to your children as they're speaking, because it is important for their own psychological development. Do not say they're old enough now. What if you could make up for that lost time? You see, you can decide to be the role model for your children, that no matter what you face in life, you can turn your story around. You can decide to be that person. I think that is just so rewarding. You can decide, what do I need to do to make a difference in my own world? Where do I even start? So imagine you're journaling every day, how you're feeling and your goals. You're seeing your picture unfold. You're doing the vision board. You can see where your life is going. Because remember, wherever you focus, wherever you apply your intentional focus, that's where your energy will flow. So let me quickly ask you, how are you feeling right now? Even as you're listening to this, are you getting like, ooh, like faith is rising up, this belief that I can do this, I can make the important change? Are you feeling that yet? Because you can. I remember another time I was entangled in something I shouldn't be involved in, narcissistic kind of relationship. And I was sat in this coffee shop. Actually, it was McDonald's now that I remember. And as I sat there, I had never heard about vision board or anything. I had never known that's a thing. I didn't even know. But I remember sitting there and seeing myself in a different city, seeing myself in a different dating situation. I realized I was not limited to that relationship. And I know it may not sound right to people who are controlling and manipulative, who are toxic, who'd rather keep you, drowning you, hiding you, who'd rather control you, use you, and then leave you on the side of the road with nothing to show for it. Because there are people like that. This is the world we live in, yes? But I remember just seeing a different situation. And it happened exactly as I thought, as I saw. One of my coaches said, this is based on the story of Jacob, what you see, what you keep seeing for yourself is bound to happen. What you keep seeing for yourself, what you focus on, where your eyes are looking, what you're meditating on, what you're journaling, what you're talking about, to yourself even. It's only a matter of time. And if anything, it's already happened. If you believe that this is going to happen for you, it will surely happen. I just wanted to give you a little taste of what's possible, because I've done the journey. I've walked on this journey, and as I make my own transition, this is something I want to do. As I make my own transition into another area in my life, I want to help those of you who feel stuck. You feel like you've lost your purpose. You feel like you've lost your way. You feel like, is there all there is to my life? Maybe you just feel like a parent. But you know there's more. You're not just a parent, there's more to you. And you know that you don't have to feel guilty for wanting more for your life. Yes? All of us have had some naysayers in our lives. And I hope that you are not agreeing with the naysayers, because sometimes, many times, people will discourage you from what they have failed to accomplish. People will discourage you from what they have personally not accomplished. You have to do like that. I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to that. I slowed down a little bit because I wanted you to just really think about this and reflect about this. You deserve better. You deserve to be happy. Give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission to travel around the world. Give yourself permission to buy that dream house. Give yourself permission to buy that dream car. Give yourself permission to show up online, doing videos, building a YouTube channel, because it's a part of your business, right? Somebody said in a coaching session I was today, when your mouth is closed, your business is closed. Imagine being so happy that you are confident coming on camera, just like I'm doing. It's not about having the most expensive clothes or having this most glamorous look, comparing yourself with others. You start where you are, with what you've got. That's better, right? Because then it's like you don't have to check, oh, am I going to end up in debt? Listen, don't get into debt building your dream lifestyle. Do not get into debt building your dream lifestyle. So imagine pressing forward. Imagine feeling so confident you can show up doing the live streams and you're like, I'm good. And no matter what everybody else is doing, you're like, I'm focusing on what I'm working on. If this sounds like something you want to know more of, there's some information down below somewhere. Get in touch with me. Let's do this. Because listen, when we are going through important life changes, when we're making important turns, we need the right people around us to help us navigate safely to where we're going. So, I'm repeating the question. Have you given yourself permission to be happy? Because you've got one life. If you don't give yourself permission now, when? Do it now. Get in touch with me and let's get started. I will see you in the next video.